Ah, it's that time of the year again where the spooks are happening in the world of tanks. Last year it was with the Franken tank and the Stein tank and the Leviathan trying to bumble its way towards a spooky portal, trying to escape into the overworld, where it would wreak havoc upon things, and we're supposed to stop that. And this year it's a bit more simple, I guess, because where last year it was destroy the big spoopy thing, it is this year it's collect the goop, and then you'll do good. But beware, because there's smaller spoopy things. Kind of. I like this mode though. I really enjoy this mode. You collect the snot that's literally just everywhere. But if you get too close to the wrecked tanks, they'll come back to life and they'll wreck your shit. At least the BDRs will. No, wait. Are they BDRs? No, they're BDRs, not ARLs. The BDRs will pretty much wreck your shit. There's 3 types of zombie tanks. They are this one, the Mark 1. They are the T-28, which will wreck your shit a bit more than the Mark 1. Not the Mark 1, is it? Can't remember what it's called. Don't play tier 1. And then there's the BDRs. I think they're BDRs. They don't look like ARL 44s. This is how much I've actually paid attention to this game mode. Literally, I started up the game. I saw that there was an update. I've seen the video on the portal and stuff, and I was like, oh, the Halloween update must be here. I'll just read nothing about it, and I'll just start playing the game. So you spawn literally in this circle right here, next to the big spoopy goopy thing. And by the way, there's no hit points that matter regarding anything but enemies shooting at you. There's no crew members, so you can literally just drive off cliffs and not take any damage. Sometimes alarm will go off, but nothing will really happen. Now, if you drive too close to the wrecks, they'll come back to life and they'll start trying to like eat your intestines the way tanks do. But I've noticed that doesn't always happen. Like here, I'm just driving among these wrecks like, oh, if you're not gonna spawn, I'll just pick up the snot on the floor and just put it in my tank if you don't mind. Now, of course, there's multiple levels of amount of snot you get. There's the snot on the ground, which are these green plums. They are worth 1 goop. Then you have the Mark tanks, the small ones. They are worth 3 goop? I think it's 3 goop. Then you have the T-28s. They are worth either 5 goop or 7 goop. And then you have these BDRs. They are definitely BDRs. They are worth, I've seen, I think, 20 goop or snot. So, do you want to drive around and collect snot on the ground like I'm doing right now? Then, you know, it's not too difficult. Especially when nothing will come back to life. Like, oh shit, the T-28's come back to life. Oh no! It's time to run because I can take a few shots. But I kind of don't want to stick around. Now, they can bounce on you. However, if you hit them, you will always pen. If that makes sense. I'll try and explain. See these little bars on top of the tank? They count as hit points, literally. Hit them once, a point goes off. Hit them 3 times in case of the Mark 1s. Are they called Mark 1s? I can't remember. And they will die shit-faced. And then in the top right, you see I've collected 3 goop. Because these small tanks are worth 3 goop. Now on the bottom you can see that I'm literally wearing 28, 31... 32 snot on me, and I kind of don't want to lose that, because the moment you lose, you drop all that snot and no one else can pick it up. So I'm going to drive back to base and deposit my snot into the big spoopy green thing, and then that will continue for 7 minutes. A game lasts 7 minutes. If you die, you respawn. You will always have 5 people driving around collecting snot off the floor with a shovel. At the top, you can see the amount of goop we've all gathered with our team, and then that is how much you get at the end of the game. I'm terrible explaining things, but I just like screaming snot and spoopy things! So there's 3 levels of enemy. The Mark 1, the BDR, and the T28. The Mark 1, 3 hit points, the T28, I think 7 or 8, and the BDR a lot. But, you know, the more difficult the enemy is, the more snot they give when you kill them, like we're going to do here, and it's best to just team up and gangbang these BDRs, because they are vicious, they will kill you in 2 shots. But oh boy, are they worth a lot of snot goop. 20 snot goop for me. Now there's this one guy, I think it was in this game, there he just died. He lost a total of about 60 snot goop in this game. Because he died while carrying 30 and then again like 28. And it's just like, oh god, why? Why'd you die? Because it's worth so much goop snoop. But it's kind of the gamble you take, because you get a lot out of these BDRs. And I guess it's easier than to just drive around collecting it, scraping it off the floor like some toddler left it behind. So it's kind of a payoff, but at the same time it's more dangerous. So this is not a difficult game mode. You can just drive around, collect the snoot, and then drive back to base. If you want a bit more difficulty in it, you start shooting the T28. If you want to play hard mode, you activate a bunch of BDRs and you try and shoot them within, I'd say, 6 minutes of starting the game, and then you have 1 minute to drive back, because at the top you can see 15 seconds left. After those 15 seconds the game ends. If you're carrying some shit on you, it won't count. It has to be deposited in the green spoopy thing in the middle of the game, or the base, and that's it. We've collected 168 snot altogether. Now this is the post-game stats. You see the amount of goop we've all gathered. That gets literally everyone gets that same amount. So that's pretty cool. Everyone gets 168. Then we continue, and you can see this bar. Now that I will come back to that in the next game. This bar will fill up, and you see you have to collect 268,000 in total to get the 13th reward, and this is the amount of experience you get. This is experience going into the tank, which you can convert for free experience. Haha! Wargaming. And that's free XP you just get for the game. More, there's 2 missions. If you collect 4,000 goop snot, you'll get 150,000, 50,000, blah, 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 blah. You get the missions, they're easy. Now this bar will fill up, and then you can get the next level. Now, you can see how much the next level is. It's 400 goop. And then you'll lock the next level, okay? So that is pretty much all the positives. I like this game mode. It's fast-paced. It has AI that you can dick on. It has a bit of everything. It's fast-paced. It's nice and shooty. If you lose, that's the gamble you take. Or if you die, that's the gamble you take. There is literally no losing in this game mode. Unless your team is so shit you don't gather any snot. And you literally end the game with 0. That's 7 minutes wasted of your life. But there is something I want to talk about with this game mode. And it's not really the game mode, but it's more the mechanics behind it that Wargaming have implemented to suck money out of you. There are 13 levels. You have to collect 268,000 goop, or is it 26,800 goop, whatever. That's not the issue. That's just play the game and you'll eventually gather it. I've already gathered 400, and that would mean that I'd have to play around 200 games of this, and then I'll be level 13, which would take about 2 days. It's more that Wargaming limits you. And the way they limit you is you cannot progress past level 1 today. Because they want you to spend 5,000 gold, which is about 17 euros, to unlock everything, get all the bonuses, get to level 13 and get the camo, instead of playing this for 13 days, because the next level is unlocked the day after. Day 2 unlocks level 2, day 3 unlocks level 3, day 4 unlocks level 4. And I'm not sure if this is Wargaming's way of literally sucking money out of you, or making sure that you play the game for literally 13 days, because at this point, there is actually no point in playing this game mode. Unless you want that 11% experience and credit bonus at the end of your normal games, because that bonus that you get applies to every single game mode. So if you think it's worth to play a bit every single day and then get those bonuses and then play all the tanks, that's fine. do your thing. That's... In that way, Wargaming did it good by still allowing you to get that bonus. But why not allow us to get to level 13 straight away on the first day? Because think about it. People like this new game mode. Like, I enjoy this game mode. I would play this game mode up until level like 7 or 8 today, because I kind of can't. Because I have to go later on and I have to go visit a friend who's in the hospital. Fun moments. Fun time. But Wargaming won't allow me to. Literally, I'm stuck on level 1 until tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I want to play tomorrow. I know I won't be able to play next week, because I'm super busy next week, and in that case, I'm not going to spend money on this. I'm not going to spend 5,000 gold and trying to get all of the bonuses right now. I'm kind of annoyed that Wargaming limits us by not allowing us to get like at least a level 7 or 8. Or even level 13 right away on day 1. I think that's a bit dumb, Wargaming. Just let us play the game. People would still buy your shit package for 5,000 gold to get the bonus straight away, because they don't want to play this for about 200 games. Because, let's be honest, after like 10 games, this will become a grind. Like, you don't really want to play this for more than 20 games unless there's a serious reward. And that reward is a camo and a good amount of XP and credits every single game. And free XP, I think it was. But no, Wargaming wants you to wait 13 days before you can actually unlock it. And that really, really bothers me. If they would have done it without the package, then still I would have been like, yeah, but why? But somewhere I would have been less annoyed by it. Because right now they're just saying, alright, so you don't want to play... Or you can't even play until level 13 to day 1. So why not pay for it? Why not spend money on a shit game mode with a bonus that lasts for 2... Okay, not a shit game mode, but a bonus that lasts for about 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. Wargaming, sit on it and rotate with this what you've done. Just let us play it to level 13 on day 1. Because people will do it. Because this is a fun game mode. This is not as tedious as last year's, where if your teammate is more busy with trying to shoot the small enemies instead of the big Leviathan, and you will still lose, that you will not get as much credits and experience out of it. With this, you always win. Literally, I can drive around and collect snot off the floor for about 7 minutes, and then I will still get, if the team helps, about 100 snot in total. So why not let us play all the way until level 13 on day 1? Wargaming, like, you did so well. Like, I went into this blind and I wanted to keep on playing without making this video, right? And then I collected 400 snot in the last game. And this was the second game I played. And then I collect, you know, I think it was a bit, like 168 snot this game in total by the entire team. And then it just won't count for jack shit because it won't add up. So what's the point in playing this now? Because if it just won't add up, like, there's no real point in me trying to get more snot. I'm pretty sure it won't count up till tomorrow. Like the extra snot I've gathered today won't count for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to start over at 400 anyway. I'm just really annoyed by it. And, like, there's still no point in playing this today if you're just playing it for, like, the camo or, like, the bonuses. Because if you want the higher bonus, you're gonna have to wait about a week. You might as well kind of just not do it. Unless you really want that 11% today, then go for it. It's like 3 games of this. I don't know. I'm just kind of annoyed by it that Wargaming just was like, alright, so... No. You buy it. Spend that 5,000 gold. I know you want to. It's for 2 weeks only. Like, that's 18 euros for 2 weeks. If you have a job that's like 2 or 3 hours of working, whatever, man. Go work, come back and play this game. But not really, because you can spend money on it. Fuck you. Jesus. No, I have read a bit about it while making this angry video. I still really like the game mode. But I don't like the fact that you can pay 5,000 gold for it. And that's the part that I read up about. Because, guess what? Wargaming is slightly still a bit fuck you, but generous that tomorrow it isn't 5,000 gold anymore, but less. Because every day the event progresses, the amount of gold that you have to spend to unlock everything gets less. So if you wait 13 days and then buy it, it could be like only like 2,000 gold. I don't know. It's still a lot of gold though, wargaming. Like, no. It's actually funny because at this point I was like, hey, why isn't level 2 unlocked? Do I have to, like, click something? Did I, like, miss something and I have to activate level 2? Like, do I get that 179 snot back? Or do I? And then I read this. And I was like, wait. No. Wargaming, no. Please don't tell me you did this. No. Oh. This is the part where I kind of was like, oh. I had fun. But I guess I won't have fun anymore because there's no point in playing more today. Like, there's literally no point unless you're doing it for fun, but you might as well not because then you ruin the fun for tomorrow when you have to continue the grind. So, like, wait with a couple of days and then play it a bit and then unlock all the way to level 6 or 7 because there's no point in doing it today anyway.